for this afternoon, I am inside the shop of one of Ghana's most celebrated fashion designers. And should I call him a part-time actor by his own words? Yes, I'm here with Elikem Kumordzie, aka the tailor. Elikem, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you doing as well?
Fine, fine, Felix. Stop being formal.
I'm trying. I'm trying to be formal, bro. Charlie, how are things going?
All is well, man. All is well. We can't complain. We only work towards the goal.
All right. So a couple of weeks ago, I realized you were in Nigeria doing some works and some projects. People were wondering, what is Elikem up to this time? Something brief about that.
So I recently did a short release of my new collection called Manoir Toi, and it's an all-black collection.
What language is that?
So it's a mixture of French and a lot of things that doesn't make sense. So, I tried to make it fly with the connection of a menage a trois. Menage a trois, I said Trois. I'm not pronouncing it well. But yeah, Manoir Toi has noir, which is the main centerpiece. Noir in French is black. So the whole phrase is actually French. Noir in French is black, and ma is meant to be me, but feminine. So manoir, my black, me, you. Doesn't really make sense, but it's meant to promote the black collection.
All right. So what was the connection with that and the Nigeria trip?
So I went to Nigeria to do a photo shoot with friends of mine, Uti, former Big Brother winner, Melvin Odwa, my former Big Brother colleague, and Brian Okrawa. Yeah, and so it's more of a promotional thing because I'm trying to get into the Lagos Nigeria market. So I thought the best three to promote me, and that's what I wanted to do.
Talking about entering the Nigerian market, in the last few months, we've known how our music industry has really been downplayed in Nigeria when our big guys go there. Comparing that to fashion, is it easier to enter with fashion than it is to enter with music?
No. Like everywhere in the world, it's very difficult to enter into someone's mainstream. You can't. It's Hollywood over everything, but Indians will choose Bollywood probably more over Hollywood. Same way the masses in Ghana choose Kumawood even over Hollywood. So, say entering into the Nigerian space with fashion is not easy at all because the big names. There's Matafo, there's Yomi Casual. There's Ebewele Brown. There's big names in the Nigerian fashion stream, and you can't just walk in. It's not going to be an easy ride. You have to dig your way through.
So what was your motivation? Obviously, if you know it's not going to be an easy ride, what pushed you to say, hey, let me step in there, let me go there and make this work for me?
Well, I'm trying to be a global brand. I always said I want to be the Zara of Africa. And being global only means, taking the step ahead into well, I'm not the best designer in Ghana, I'm not the best designer in Africa, but I'm working towards that, and Nigeria is the next big place because it's the next best English Anglophone speaking country in West Africa. So I can only start from my region and grow out.
All right, so let's move away from fashion a little. Let's come to your acting career. How long have you been doing acting?
I started acting when I was in class 6, maybe. I was 11, 12. I did showcase in Agbe, showcase in Ewe.
Oh.
My name was Agbe, and after that, they started calling me Agbe all over the place. Yeah, I was in Engelbert School. I remember they brought an envelope of a certain amount. I remember the GBC studios was freezing as hell. So as little as that, I was speaking Ewe on TV and did a few commercials after that. And then because of that, I thought I could have a good future in acting. So I went to the University of Ghana. I went through the School of Performing Arts. For my production and participation, I was on stage every year. I did Anoa, I did Langbodo, and I played lead roles. It was an awesome time of my life.
Wow. So from that age and going to the University of Ghana, studying something really, how did fashion come in?
That's a good question. So I keep saying this. When a man is in adversity, he finds himself. I was hungry. I was in level 300. I couldn't pay my tuition moving forward. And the only way out was to sit home for a little bit and figure out what to do till I got the school fees. And when you defer Legon, you have 2 years. You have 2 years to actually come back, or you have to start afresh. So the first year went by, and in between there somewhere, all I did was make clothes for myself. I'll literally buy a shirt from Kantamanto, change the buttons, splash some gold on it, put my name in it, and I'm out in town. So people actually saw those shirts and they were like, "Oh my God, you're wearing a nice shirt. Where did you get it from?" I was like, "Oh, I made it myself." They're like, "Oh wow, that's creative." I'm like, "Really?" So it turned into I want some, to the point where I started putting chobo on top of people's stuff. Then I started going to container tailors around the corner to get the shirts done. And like magic, everything I watched, I literally, it sticked in my head. And from there, I bought my first machine. This space you're seeing here right now was all open space, open walls. I had my first machine here. This is the porch of my father's house. I had my first machine here, and that's how I started. Alterations, customers go to the back. I had a curtain where they dress, and you know those mirrors that the Ludu people carry, like the orange color. I bought one of those, put a nail in the wall, and that was my changing room. So it's little humble, sweet beginnings. I managed to get money after a year to go back to school, and I completed level 400. Right after that, I wasn't even able to do national service. I went straight to Big Brother Africa. So it was one little sweet thing at a time, discovering myself one by one. And in Big Brother, I put some pictures out there already. Prior to that, I was in a movie called Hunters by Venus Films. I was in Cheetahs, Book One. That was before I went to Big Brother Africa. That was around my university period.
Were you called by a producer from nowhere, or someone saw you
No.
doing something and felt like, I need this guy in my movie?
So it was quite magical. I thought I wanted to be an actor, and I had all these role models I was following, but nothing was happening. I'll go audition upon audition, and I won't be selected, right? So Amake Aberbese, glory to her. Thank you very much. I met her through, no, I rather met Minaye and Suleiman Tai through Amake, not the other way around. But okay, I met Amake Aberbese advice at one time. I went to do something, I'm not too sure. But yeah, we became friends because I was making clothes, and I made an outfit for her. She received an award with in the UK. And she was like, "Oh, you said you're an actor too. There's this audition we're having Vice at One TV and Venus Films have partnered to do, which was Five Brides. It was a series called Five Brides, where you need to come and audition for." So I went there, auditioned. There was Frank Raja, there was Alhaji Abdul Salam, there was Amaki Abebase, there was a whole bunch of top industry people, and I auditioned. And Frank Raja said he liked my auditioning, and that's what happened. That was actually my first big break into the industry, because Five Brides put me out there. It was a solid production, quality series, and so before Big Brother Africa, you could see me in Five Brides, you could see me in Cheetahs, and from there, Frank Raja just used me in subsequent movies. Alhaji Abdul Salam used me in subsequent movies, and that's how I sort of blew up in terms of acting. And the rest, as they say, is history.
All right, so it's more like the acting is the passion, the fashion design is the career. Um, is that it?
Look, I like to say they are my twin babies. I'm never able to put one ahead of the other. I love them both. And it got to a point in my life or in my career where they'll clash so much. I'll be on set filming and shooting a movie, and clients want to see me to take measurements and make clothes. So it's like, how can I get out of this situation? Who has done this before, and how can I learn from them? So I went into the mode of trying to learn from people who have been in my situation. And I learned that, to have your business work for you, you need a structure that's almost automatic. There's a book called The Automatic Millionaire. And it speaks about how you fix your structure in place, and the company can almost run without you in place. So I started implementing those things, and I learned that getting 1% of people is much better than getting 100% of yourself. So I began to employ professionals in the field who could do the work in my absence, and that's how it's worked for me.
All right, so in the last few hours, you have been trending on social media about a comment you made after the legend Kofi Adjorlolo angrily Adjorlolo buefu or kekana drink, and then Elikem pops up and says, "You need a day job." Adjorlolo is an old man.
No,
Yes.
no.
So what is happening? What happened?
I'm very happy you brought this up, because I'd love to clear the air once and for all, and I'm not going to speak again on this matter. So, Kofi Adjorlolo was my father's school son. back in Katasco. That's how old he is. He's like 2 years younger than my dad. He's like my father. And since then, imagine he's been my father's very. You know, if you're someone's school father, you're literally like best friends, right? Shout out to my school father, Scanty from Aquinas. Anyway, so I will never, ever. I'll probably call Kofi Adjorlolo straight away and be like, "Hey, boss, this is what I heard about you," and we speak our airway. But my post had nothing to do with Kofi Adjorlolo, right? I watched Kofi Adjorlolo's video 4 or 5 days before I made my post, and I laughed about it because it was funny the way he was going on when they said he was worth $800,000 or whatever, and he was like, "No, like, yeah,"
Internet saying I'm worth it. Yeah.
and he made a lot of sense. Producers do not pay. I am a living testimony of how much producers owe me. If I put together producers' money, I'll probably finish my store out there.
About how much?
I can't. I haven't even
But
tried to.
just like
I
an
haven't even tried to
estimation,
put it together.
if you are putting 1, 2, 3 producers together for
I can't put it together. It's so much. It's so much. Let's put that on the side. Now, my video probably came at the wrong time. I'll say timing was wrong, and time is of the essence always. So maybe making my post around the time when Kofi Adjorlolo said that, and of course it's in connection, but it's not about Kofi Adjorlolo. So after Kofi Adjorlolo made that comment, there were a few other actors that came and voiced out their sentiments. There was DKB, there was John Piazza, if that's his surname, the guy from YOLO, and there was a few other actors. Drogba, thank you very much. So I was saying, guys, like, okay, let me also say something about this since everyone has something to say as well. I didn't say something because Kofi Adjorlolo said something. Now, unfortunately, because I am not entirely on the side of the actors and I'm not entirely on the side of the producers, actors have taken offense to say, why are you not supporting us and why are you supporting the producers? But I clearly stated what worked for me. And I threw it out there to say, guys, you need to get a day job if you're pursuing your acting career or if you want to be a great actor. And this is one very good advice I picked up on the way to being where or who I am today. When I started acting, I heard all these stories about great actors from Hollywood. I've forgotten names I'd have mentioned, who says you need a day job while you're acting. You can be a waiter on tables. You can sweep for change if you want. You can sell food at diners if you want. But find a job that literally holds you together, that pays you a little bit of money while you're chasing your entertainment career. Because you see, you can be lucky and have a one-hit song fast, and you keep blowing from there. But before that one-hit song, how do you go to the studio? How do you record the song? You need some kind of source of income. Some people are lucky to have parents who push them until they make something. And some people also have nothing from scratch. Like me, I had to defer school to find tailoring while I pursued my acting and did auditions. And it worked for me. So I could go to set comfortably and take an Uber. And when the producers don't pay me, I come back and as much as it's bad, I'm still okay. No one is condoning producers. But I was only trying to point out how we can help the younger generations coming up to find something to do while they follow their acting career. Now, I don't know for some reason how ears went deaf around the area where I said find a day job while you're pursuing your career. It's out there. The tape is there. I've not deleted it. People can go watch it. And they only heard have a day job, and it made it look as if acting is not a full-time job, or acting is not a good job, or acting is not a good job enough. Now, I also equally meant multiple streams of income is good, because believe you me, people like Jay-Z and the P. Diddy's, they don't sing and rap anymore, but they're living off their multiple streams of income from other jobs. So entertainment doesn't have to be your only thing. We're all passionate about the job, so we deal with it.
Okay, so going forward, I would like to know what has been your worst experience with a producer in your acting career. You don't need to mention the name, but as an actor, an experience that made you feel like, you know what, I'm giving up on this today. Like after today, you are not seeing me anymore. You know that kind of experience.
I hate to be negative. I take any negative thing that happens to me as a plus and a learning curve. So I think I must have felt it here and there, but I dealt with it and flushed it out. So the defense mechanisms that we learn in the subject under psychology that teaches you how to suppress situations and stuff, and I adapted that a lot. So I might not be able to remember off the top of my head, but like anything in life, boss, there are obstacles, there are roadblocks, there are unnecessary pressure and tensions and stress that come with every job, every career in this world. That's gonna make you want to quit. But Winston Churchill said one thing, that success can be defined as moving from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And that has been my motto. So I fail and fail and fail, but I keep getting up and I keep coming out. Like right now, I'm selling my car, Kia Optima, because I need to finish my store. You know what it is? Like, it's not rosy and easy anywhere. Being an entrepreneur is one of the hardest things in the world, but it doesn't entail giving up. Because I've set up now, started from one machine to 10 machines, started from one employee to 10 employees. My salaries go up to maybe 10,000 CDs a month. But I'm still sticking strong because it's what I want to do. Is what I really want to do. So, like that, like, Felix, that's your phone. Why is your phone ringing when you said all
You
phones
know,
are silent?
I forgot mine. Elikem, you actually had a great year when it comes to fashion last year. You were at a lot of major like fashion
Zambia
shows.
Fashion Week. I was
Yes.
a guest appearance for Zambia Fashion Week as an Accra Fashion Week. I did a whole lot of photo shoots. Got nominated multiple times. I won an award for Fashion Entrepreneur of the Year. Sorry, yeah, it was quite a great year. It was a lot.
So, looking at having such a great year and looking at this year, what do you feel? How is the energy towards this year? Do you feel like you need to do better than you did last year, or I just want to know how you feel. Is it challenging for you looking at the great feat you have achieved last year, and looking at what you can do in 2020?
Um, what this year is going to be is entirely up to me. Because if I am not making this year twice as good as last year, then there's no point. I need to put twice as much the work I put in last year into this year. So I'm optimistic. I'm not too sure what's going to happen within the year. All I know is I'm working twice as hard. I started the year off with photo shoots. I've already done and finished with 2 photo shoots. Pictures are coming out, videos are coming out. Last year in January, I didn't do no photo shoots. So I know that I'm working extra time. I know that I'm working extra hours, and I'm trying to stay ahead and on top, of this game called fashion. And again, like I said, you climb up the ranks slowly. Slow and steady wins the race. So I'm not in a rush. I'm just working twice as hard as I did the previous time I worked.
Okay, so we've seen you actually style big names in Ghana, people like Stoneboy, Citizen Actor, the list goes on and on. In fact, if we want to make that list, we would need a book to complete it. But who outside Ghana, who outside Africa, are you looking forward to working with when it comes to fashion and people who actually sell brands by just their appearances?
Well, I gave 2 outfits to Steve Harvey. I'm still waiting for him to wear it so I can post a
When he
picture.
came to Ghana.
Yeah. Um, like I said, future can be as bright as it can be, and we can all be optimistic. But it's what we do. I'm looking to go global. I mentioned earlier on in this interview, and in going global, it doesn't stop you from wanting to dress anybody else. So it's just a matter of time. Sometimes I also feel like the universe brings to you the goodness of it. Um, so I'm not in a haste. I'm not in a rush to like try to call people up, link people up. I do the DM thing, like, hey, hi, I'm a designer from Ghana. Do you mind if I get an outfit? No response. So I mean, we do as much as we can, but sometimes we work with what we have as hard as we can, and then we pray for the rest.
All right, so before I let you go, anything you want to tell your fans, your followers, your fans as an actor, your fans as a fashion designer? Yes, now
In all fields of life, in all works of life, we need to stay strong, stay focused, not lose the enthusiasm. We need to fail and get up and keep failing, and keep trying, and eventually we're gonna make something out of it. Entrepreneurship is not easy. Being in the industry, the movie industry, is not easy. Um, but I encourage people to get a day job. No matter what you're trying to chase, get a day job, get multiple streams of income. And for the young actors coming out there, do not make a mistake of not being professional and not signing contracts with these producers. Because we've had our fair share. That's why we're having a fight today on social media with fellow actors. We've had our fair share of producers treating us like shit, literally. So I urge upcoming actors and actors now to be as professional as it may come. I worked with great movie producers. Julieta Asante is one of them. And when you walk into Julieta Asante's office, we shot Silver Rain. Silver Rain is one of the few movies, actually the first African movie to go on Amazon Prime and Apple. Correct me if I'm wrong, but and multiple awards and multiple nominations, right? And you walk into her office and the contract is set, when she's going to pay you, how she's going to pay you, what the movie's about, where you're going to go. She flew, it was a Pan-African movie, and she flew everybody from different countries. Annabelle from Kenya, there was a guy from South Africa, there was an actor from Nigeria, there was Jocelyn Dumas, there was me, there was Belinda the model from New York, and we shot a bit in Ghana, we shot a bit in South Africa, and that's what a quality production is. Producers who respect actors will put a contract in front of you. Now, actors who respect themselves would take a contract to a producer who disrespects them without bringing a contract. So let's make things right moving forward. I urge all these actors that are out there blabbing about producers. What proof do they have that the producers really didn't pay them? Producers never paid me, but it's only by mouth and it's their word against mine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if you have that signed contract, I can always, instead of coming out here to talk loud, take you to court and take my money twofold. You pay for my lawyer's fees as well. So let's get it straight and let's do the right thing. And the truth hurts. So a lot of people are going to be hurt, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And yeah, get a day job.
It looks like we need to change Elekem's name to Elikem Get a Day Job Kumordzie. I'm sure when we Googled Get a Day Job, your name will pop up. All right, Elikem, Charlie, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me, man. Always Felix.
Short notice, man.
Felix literally just walked in and said, "Oh, hey, my cameraman is out there. You know, let's interview you about your work and everything." And then trending issues have to come in.
Yeah, definitely. That is how it works, man. Thanks for
I like your hustle, though. Good look. But how many streams of income do you have? How many other jobs do you have? You have a day job?
I have a day job.
Man,
I have a day job. Charlie, thanks, man.